Okay, people, open your ears, because I'm going to open your eyes. All your life, you've heard you can't build new nerves. You can't repair nerves. Well, you can. And you've also heard, oh, you can't replace enamel on your teeth. You can. And I'm going to make two different videos that might make a lot of people very happy. All right, so the first one is going to be first video, not the first topic. I'm only going to address one topic on this video. The topic of this video is how to regrow peripheral nerves. Well, and actually central nervous system nerves. You know, it's just amazing. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows it. Fix yourself. If you got problems with your nerves, some of this stuff may be useful. In some conditions, they're bang useful. Believe me, they work. All right, the first thing I'm going to cover is if you have tingling hands, tingling feet, tingling anything, tingling nerves somewhere, then you can stop. That's like the beginning of the process of your nerves dying. So let's keep them alive. Here's how to keep them alive. Alpha lipoic acid. It helps everything all over your body. It's used everywhere. But it maintains those myelin sheaths on your nerve cells. Now, you know, the nerve cell is a cell up here. Let me get the right corner here. Cell up here has got a long dangly thing that comes off down here. And then there's the end of the nerve over. It's hard to do backwards. Okay, over in the far corner under my arm. So say my arm is the nerve cell, and there's the end of it there. So it's hard to do too. All right, so anyway, what happens is the whole part that my forearm represents there, that is a long chain where the impulses travel up to it, to the end where the synapses are, they called, where one nerve cell terminates and another one terminates, and they send stuff back and forth to each other. Okay, so that's how they work. But if this myelin sheath here is destroyed, then the cell dies. So the pain and tingling and burning you're feeling is from that sheath dying. If there's no more cell, then you'll just get dead. You'll feel nothing. And my feet are like that. But my legs, I've grown back quite a bit of the myelin sheath, of the nerves. So that's the first thing you do is take alpha lipoic acid. Just buy a bottle, take what's recommended on the label, because they program these doses to what research has shown is needed. And if you'll find they're all the same strength and they all have the same directions on them. That's because they absolutely have to follow the literature, or the FDA will burn all their stuff. If they make false claims or put bad medical information on there, they're toast. The product is dead. It's all going to be confiscated and burned by the FDA. Now, if you ever think that, you know, the government doesn't do anything, well, the FDA does plenty of that stuff. And a lot of people have had their stuff burned. And they will not make a claim on their label unless there's scientific evidence, unless there's peer-reviewed evidence that indicates that it actually does that. Because your bottle of stuff doesn't have to have in it what it says. You have just dirt in it, and the FDA wouldn't care. But if you make a claim about that dirt that hasn't been proven to be true, you're toast. So it's all about what you claim it can do. If you put out a bottle of dirt and says, this is just dirt, it tastes pretty good, eat some now, the FDA won't touch it, even if it's not even dirt in there. So it doesn't have to be what it says. That's why you look for quality brands. So there's alpha lipoic acid, and there's stabilized, stabilized, there's another Greek letter of lipoic acid. It'll say stabilized on it. I would recommend, if you ever need anything stabilized or made absorbable, to use Doctor's Best, because they actually do make their products more absorbable. And I've seen that nobody else will do it, but like one of the products was enteric coated, so it wouldn't dissolve in your stomach because it was an enzyme. If you take an enzyme in your stomach, you just eat it. It's nutrition now. But if you enteric coat it so it dissolves in your intestines, then it's absorbed. So they're the only company I've ever seen to enteric coat anything. It makes vitamins. So I would recommend that's where you get your lipoic acid. So it will replace those myelin sheaths on dying cells. If the cell's dead, forget about it. It's done. There's help for that too. So I read a paper about diabetic neuropathy, and I found that there's a triple, well, okay, first I'll start with the easier one. It mentioned the alpha lipoic acid. So that's how you keep your cells healthy, your nerve cells healthy. The next one is acetyl L-carnitine. Now this was a prescription drug when I worked at the Naval Hospital in the 90s. We used to dispense it to a kid that had metabolic problems and had problems with his mother because she was a witch. I had problems with her mother, and so did everybody else. She came up to my window one day, and I said, "Oh, no," accidentally, out loud. And she said, "Oh, no, it's me, all right." So we couldn't stand her, and she knew it. She always had to be nasty when she came to the window. But her kid responded to this drug. So that's how I was familiar with it ever since the early 90s. Now, it turns out it's lost its patent. It was an orphan drug. That's how it came to be. Things that you can't patent. A company can get orphan drug status, and then they can do the research and then sell the product under patent to recover their research costs for a few years. So it lost its patent pretty soon because it was an orphan drug. And it's now a supplement, and you can find it on Amazon. It's all over the place. It works miracles. It really does. I gave it to my mother, and less than 2 weeks later, well, before she took it, she could only tell us 4 stories, and she'd tell us the same 4 stories over and over and over as long as you were with her. That's all she could remember. Well, I gave her alpha lipoic acid to test it because this drug makes new nerve cells throughout the body, anywhere in the body, including the brain, because it passes through the blood-brain barrier. Most things don't. They just bounce off of it. But really, lipid things like this can go right through, and it can do that. So it gets into your brain, and it's another one that causes you to grow new brain cells. So a week and a half after I gave her that, she was regaling me with stories about my childhood and her childhood when she was a little girl, things I've never heard in my life. And she told me about her repulsive cousin who was absolutely disgusting. But back in the day, she was a really pretty girl, and all and all of the boys wanted to go out with her. So Mom would sometimes go out with her. She said, "Well, I'll hook you up with her if you'll find a date for me." My mom is the biggest sweetheart in the world, and everybody loves her. She's not exactly, it wasn't exactly pretty when she was a young girl. She was very plain, but anyway, for me to hear stories about, she'd tell me about stories about my brother and my sister and all my relatives, and it was like great. And she started saying, "These are too big," and she started throwing them away. Now she's a complete vegetable again. She'll ask me a question, and as soon as I answer it, she'll ask it again. But look how much that did for my mother. She was lucid after that, and she remembered everything. She remembered her appointments and everything. So this stuff works. Let's see, I'm not sure I did one on Alzheimer's yet. But this I'm talking about regrowing nerve cells now. So, well, I guess the thing on Alzheimer's does too. All right. Well, here you go. If you want to, I'm not sure if I've given this yet, but if you want to help to cure Alzheimer's also, another way is coconut oil. Your memory center is like, well, I can probably do it on this side better. It goes like this. It's kind of got this, I hope you could see what I was doing there. It's kind of got the shape of a woman's tiara if you cut it off here at the temples. So, it goes like this, and then comes down and tapers down, and then it curves and tapers to a small point. That, which I could never tell you the name of, because pharmacists don't do physiology. We do anatomy. I got that backwards. We don't do anatomy, we do physiology. We study how the organs work. We don't study where they are and what they look like. So we're terrible at that. But the memory center there is restored by coconut oil. So if you take a tablespoon of coconut oil twice a day, or even 2 tablespoons twice a day, but I think a tablespoon twice a day, A, you lose weight, and B, your cells get healthier, and C, it repairs your memory center. It restores your memory center. I don't know to what extent, maybe complete. Well, I guess can't be completely, because I've been told that the only organ in your body that can completely regenerate is your liver. So, which I've done, by the way. I'll do one on the liver too. And so if you take that coconut oil, it has been said that it will restore your memory, but I don't know. I can't get my mom to take it. My mom is my guinea pig. Also, choline. Choline helps with your mental function. GPC choline is the stuff to buy. It's much more potent. Take lots of it. You can take up to 5,000 milligrams of it. Get the strongest capsules and take 2 to 4 a day. It also just melts fat off your liver. And anyone with a pot belly, with belly weight, can just about guarantee you they have a fatty liver. It melts the fat off the liver. And I've been told by several health people, they say melts. It just vaporizes it. So I took my liver from, bad numbers to fabulous numbers, unbelievable numbers for liver function. So I got a hair on my microphone that's driving me crazy. Kind of like that. I like things neat and tidy. I don't like hairs hanging off of things. Ew. So anyway, and let's see. Yeah, the choline helps with memory and mental function. There's some combination mental capsules that have choline in them. So, I might recommend those, that you try those and see how they do. All right, back to regrowing nerves. There is a triple combination of B vitamins that I've seen the photos of the research, and they went from a little purple spot here and a little purple speck here and a little purple spot there to purple branching everywhere. And all that purple was stained nerve cells. So in this article that I have, they have a picture of this. Pardon the meows in the background, please. This cat's quite vocal. Anyway, there were just nerves growing everywhere after taking this combination of B vitamins. Now, if you take a vitamin B supplement, that's not going to do you a bit of good. What you have to take is a special type of B vitamins, and also high doses. Now, if you don't take the special type, a high dose of one of them is very toxic. Maybe it might even be able to kill you. I'm not sure what the fatal dose would be. But vitamin B6, now, what you need to take is what your body changes vitamin B6 into. Vitamin B6 comes in and P5P comes out. And your body can't handle large amounts of vitamin B6 for this conversion. So you have to take the P5P. And you'll find that on Amazon under that name, P-5-P. And you take, I believe it's 1,000 micrograms or 1 gram. 1,000 micrograms equals 1 gram. Pretty sure that's the dose, but just buy the capsules they sell and take one a day. The other one is methyl B12. If you take B12, it won't convert enough for it to do any good. But methyl B12, B12 comes into your body, methyl B12 comes out the other side. So that's what your body uses. You take 5,000 milligrams of methyl B12. I've been taking them so long I ignore the label anymore. And the third one you take is, let's see, I got P5P, B12, okay, folic acid. So it's methyl folate, or what do they call them? 5-methylfolate, I believe, is the full name, scientific name. But it's called methylfolate. That's what you'll find on the label at Amazon.com. And you take 1,000 micrograms or 1 milligram of that. And I'm not sure I specified, but on the methyl B12, you take 5,000 milligrams or 5 milligrams, whichever way it's labeled, because 1,000 micrograms is a milligram. So, whichever way they list it, you'll know how to get it. And after I took that, my peripheral neuropathy pain went away. It's cured it. Now, I've been messed up again since COVID, and my blood sugar's been high again, so I've been feeling nerve pain as my nerves are starting to die. So I made sure to start hitting the alpha-lipoic acid to keep them from dying, and I'm still taking the triple B combination and the acetyl-L-carnitine to help prevent that damage. Now I'm quickly losing my diabetes again. Now that COVID isn't screwing my blood sugars up I mean, I could eat zero sugar and I'd have 400 microgram per deciliter blood glucose reading from COVID, just screwing up the insulin levels and the glucose levels. When I got admitted to the hospital for COVID, they gave me insulin every day. They gave me the 24-hour insulin every day to help straighten out that blood glucose. All right, so let's see. Now, here's the biggest granddaddy of them all. Wait till you hear this. Fasting is a fabulous way, zero cost way to grow new nerve cells. When you fast for 18 hours, amazing things happen. It's called autophagy. And making new brain cells. So it makes, your body makes new, it stimulates all the little stem cells in your brain to grow into new brain cells, replenishing your old dead ones that you can't use and therefore have, Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or other conditions related to deterioration in the central nervous system. So it grows new neurons. It grows new nerve cells in your central nervous system, just like acetyl-L-carnitine, which is acetyl-L-carnitine, by the way. So the fasting, it makes you grow new nerve cells. And here's what else it does. It causes, at 18 hours, your body starts running out of food. The number one, what's the term? Can't think of it right now. Oh, jeez. Oh, pharmacists all know this term. The number one homeostasis function in your body, which means to keep your body the same, to keep your body okay. So the number one function of homeostasis is to shoot glucose up to your brain. Without it, your brain dies and you're brain dead and you're just a vegetable. So your body seems to know this somehow. So when you go to the point where your brain has no food, your brain says, "Give me food." And your liver says, "Take it, take it, take it." And it just starts shoveling out tons of visceral fat straight off your organs. You know how hard this fat is to lose? The stuff that's on your liver and on your stomach and on your heart, on your pancreas, on your did I say your stomach? And your spleen, that's on all of your organs. You're just, inside of your belly is just crawling, is stuffed with fat. And this peels it straight out, 2 to 3 pounds out of whack if you fast for 24 hours. And what I do at the end of that time is eat avocados, eggs, and cheese for dinner to break my fast. That's a totally non-fat meal. There's no carbs for it to be had, so it keeps sending. It's one of my little tricks that I learned. So it keeps sending out visceral fat. So I lose like 5 pounds of visceral fat every time I fast and break it that way. Now, getting rid of 5 pounds of visceral fat in a day, that's like impossible. You try it without doing what I've just mentioned. Okay, so it makes the visceral fat just fly off your organs and go to your heart. Actually, I moved my hands the wrong way. It comes up this way. It comes up your brain, not your heart. And the next thing it does, this is the most amazing of all. It sends out little cells, and I got to learn what kind of cells they are. I don't know, they're macrophages, white blood cells, or whatever. But it goes out and starts digesting all the dead stuff in your body. All the dead enzymes, all the dead proteins, which enzymes are as proteins, all the dead, cell parts or dead cells, and it takes those building blocks, what it gets from digesting those, and releases them to your body to make into new body parts. So it rejuvenates your entire body. Nothing else can do that. That is an amazing thing. Fast a lot, at least once every couple of weeks. It'll do wonders for your health. Wonders. It just clean up so many things that are wrong. You want to talk about a detox? Well, there's no such thing as a detox, but this is like a detox. It cleans you up. I'll be talking about other ways to clean yourself up through your liver. Your liver is your detox, and I'll be talking about how to keep your liver healthy. And most of you don't have a healthy liver, and you don't even know it. Your doctor never checks when he does chemistry on you. He doesn't check your liver unless you ask him. Okay, so anyway, that builds new nerve cells too. So all those things, let's see, all those things build new nerve cells. And is there anything I'm leaving out here? So that's why I sometimes write scripts. I know these things that I'm talking about like the back of my hand, but I don't want to leave anything out, because I know I mention things that other people don't say. So I guess they haven't been looking as long as I have. I've been doing this stuff since the 90s. All right, so therefore I know a crap ton about supplements. And lately I've learned a lot about, just food, metabolism. So that's about nerves and how to regrow nerves. Can't really think of anything else. So if I've forgotten, I'm sorry, because it could be something important. Okay, well, anyway, till next time, this is your 21st Century Pharmacist. My name's Delenn. I think I forgot to say that when we started. And do watch my other videos. I'm going to come out with a lot of them. And a lot of these things aren't things that anybody else talks about me. Because I know the supplements. I know a whole lot of them. And there's some I don't know, too. So I think maybe I'll talk about blood vessels next. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I talked about Alzheimer's. Yep, looks like it's blood vessels, plaques, heart attacks, stuff like that next. All right, so that's it for now, and see you next time if you keep watching. Bye.